Imagine a world where everybody, in fact 60% of the population, is screened and educated on breast cancer. A world where women do not have to die because of breast cancer. Just imagine. That is why Senator Ghana and its partners are coming together to organize a free breast cancer screening from the 1st of October to the 31st of October at 8 branches: the Tema branch, the Wager branch, and the OC branch. If that is not all, they have discounts on all their mammogram and breast ultrasound scans as well. Take advantage of this opportunity and know your status. Don't forget, breast cancer is curable. Don't be a victim. Don't stay at home. Come around, come and check, and let's do this together. I need you alive. My name is Gladys Acheroxen, CEO of Landmark Agency, organizers of Miss Health Ghana, and an entrepreneur. See you this October. Bye.
Welcome back from the break. This is Family Life on Adwa TV. My name is Benedicta, and Reverend Father Edmund Korte and Mr. Emmanuel Korte are here discussing avoiding a partner who is a liability in marriage. Now we'll take some questions from our audience.
Matthew, Eric Toto, all saints Adabaka. Money plays an important part in marriage. In fact, during the discussion, I didn't hear anything about money.
About
money.
Money will soon come.
Because this is where always the women look after us to give the money for everything in the house.
Yeah.
There are few women who work. They also work. But money plays an important role. And I didn't hear that from the panel. So I want them to enlighten us whether money is a factor in marriage, family life.
Thank you very much. So from the question, one of the things also that can cause liability is a money issue. Fighting over our money. Fighting over our money. Traditionally, the man's money belongs to the woman, but the woman's money does not belong to the man. That is our culture. Well, we have to do something about it. But if we start fighting over the money, because in every relationship, women by nature knows that, oh, okay, he's a man who will take care of me. So whether I have it or not, he's a man who will supply. So there is always a problem when it comes to money. Many men think that, oh, it is my money. I don't have to give you some. So whatever I give you, you have to accept it the way it is. Women will say, no, you are supposed to give me, they're giving it a name, chop money. Housekeeping money. But we are all in the house. So why should I give you money to keep the house? But as we are discussing, what we should know is that in every relationship or marriage, we play a role. So before the start of the marriage, sit down and talk about the rules. So we advise that people will go for marriage counseling. I believe that over there you'll be taught that it's a role play. So what role do you want to play in a marriage? Or when it comes to finances, leave that one for me as a man. And make sure there is food always in the house. If it is school fees, leave that one for me as a man. If it's for any other thing, you take over. So if this understanding is there, nobody will fight over money. Where in the Western world, they will tell you that before you even get married, both of you should have a common account. It works over there because of the data and the statistics that they have. But in our country, it's a little bit difficult. People try to do it, but they cannot succeed because of the family structure. But what I'm saying is that when you enter into a relationship, marriage, make sure you draw or you make clear the rules that you are going to play.
Okay.
Save your money, or you have a common account. Or maybe you keep your money, I'll keep my money. But this is what you use your money for. This is what I will use my money for in the marriage.
Okay.
And I think there wouldn't be any problem. But because we don't draw the lines, then at the point the man will realize that a woman is earning more than I'm earning. Or the man otherwise, it will surely create a problem. The other time I said there shouldn't be any secret in the marriage, but there are secrets in the marriage. So if everything is clear, the woman will be very free to tell you that, oh, this is the amount of money that I earn at the end of the month. The man should be able to tell you that one. But it's about role play. The fact that I'm earning 20,000 Ghana cedis doesn't mean I have to bring all my money home. Some should go there, here and there, before we can live on whatever we have to live on. So money is very key, depending on the way you handle it in the marriage.
Okay. Uncle, now, Father mentioned joint account. We are trying to get used to that, but then like Father said, it is not that well established here. Now, for a couple who is trying to do that, and there is a problem, how can they handle it?
Well, there will be a problem if, like he said, parameters are not set for the handling of that joint account.
Okay.
Joint account will be established for some purpose. You the woman bring 30%, I put in 50%, or equal percentages. If you put the money there without parameters, there will always be problem. What the joint account will be used for must be part of the parameter. Whether we're going to dip our hands into the joint account for the school fees, maybe one of them.
Okay.
Which means the two of us partake in paying the fees of our children, not one person. If the whole joint account is for the paying of school fees, and the man is able to convince the woman to use it for something else, there will be problem.
Yeah.
Because the two of them have their money in. And then when the problem is coming, it doesn't matter whether yours is 30% or mine is 50% or equal percentage.
Okay.
There must be parameters.
All right.
You don't just put the account together as a joint account because we see people are doing it. We must have rules and regulations. There
Okay.
will be peace.
Okay. Okay. So it means before you go into a joint account, you have to look at all these things.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
What you're going to use the money for, when and when you are going to dip your hand into it.
Okay.
It's an account for the two.
Okay. Okay. So if one goes to withdraw money without telling the other, that is where we have problems.
If you allow only one person to draw, it also becomes a problem. But the two of you can be.
Normally with joint accounts, the two of you sign.
Yeah.
No, not one single person will sign.
Well,
both of you will sign.
I will agree with Father.
All right.
But I'm a professional banker.
Oh, okay.
And I know that even in joint account, one person can be nominated to sign.
Oh, okay.
That is why I'm saying so.
Just one person, or
Yes.
both of them can come at any time.
It's a mandate to the bank.
All right.
The two of you can sign, or any one of you can sign.
Okay. Okay.
So the understanding first comes from the home.
All right.
We're going to withdraw this amount. So if it's one person to sign, the check is drawn. Oh, sign.
Okay. Okay.
Sign.
All right. Okay.
So it goes.
Okay. 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 So it's not like there is one particular person who has to sign.
You don't understand my question.
I get you.
The mandate will come from both of you.
Yes.
Yes, the
If
mandate
you
will
want
come.
one person to sign at a point, fine.
Yes.
You give the bank the mandate.
We call it any of the two to sign,
All right. Okay.
or the two to sign.
Okay.
As for two to sign, you give it to the bank, and only one person signs. You never get your money out.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you want.
Okay. Okay.
But when you do it that way, then there must be the understanding that we have agreed that this money must be withdrawn.
Okay. Okay. Father, I thought you wanted to say something.
Oh, not really. I'm waiting for you.
Okay. I have something to say, but then there is a hand up, so
Okay.
we'll take that question then.
Okay.
Good evening. If I may ask, the name is Seth Mills Ano. It's this issue of is it permanent or temporary? Once you start it, will it end or will it change? Can a man be today maybe he's the man, tomorrow maybe he's the man? Is it possible? Or when he starts, it's always going to be the man, or when he starts, it's always going to be the woman? Can this really change? Is it permanent or temporary?
If I'm getting your question well, you mean the role play.
Yeah,
Will it be permanent on the side of the man or the woman?
yeah.
The role play can change. It's a role play, so it can change. Situation can bring the change. Circumstances can bring the change. Maybe today, by the grace of God, the man is doing well and bringing money home. Anything can happen that the woman can, another time, take that role. Maybe natural disaster. So the role play can change. But what we know is that a man bringing a woman home, you have a responsibility to take care of the woman. That is where your question is coming from. So if there's a liable woman, do you have to what? What was the question? Your
And
initial question.
do you have to adjust, or probably do you have to, how do you have to deal with it?
Yeah, and the center of attraction is the woman. So it means that it's assumed that the man holds responsibility to the woman. But then you if I jingle no, but not okay no.
Okay.
That is where the whole thing starts from.
Okay.
But no woman will become a problem or embarrassment to the man without any cause.
Okay.
So if the man, you are bringing the woman, you have to make sure your responsibilities, your barriers, your perimeters are drawn
Okay.
so that the woman knows that, yes, this is where I have to play my game.
Okay.
So there will not be any problem. There will be challenges, all right, but those challenges will be very minimal or maybe very insignificant that you can handle. So nobody will become a problem and don't become an embarrassment to any other. So your question is very good. That yes, the role can change. The role can change.
Okay.
But if there is understanding, if the role changes, sometimes what we know is that because it's the man, if the role changes and goes to the woman's side, that is where sometimes the women show their powers.
Natural.
And
And it's just unfortunate,
because
yeah.
when it is the men, they show their powers.
That's what I'm saying. So depending. If a woman is behaving that way, then maybe she doesn't understand what was there.
Okay.
But I believe that if the man starts and you know there are natural disasters, there are situations that can change whatever you are enjoying one day, and you shouldn't forget that thing. Somebody can fall sick today, and the way it works or the way it comes back with money will end.
Yeah.
So you, the woman, are you going to create problem, or you are going to embarrass the man? The same way you, the woman, it can happen to you.
Yeah.
So that is why we say we are playing roles. Let's all play our roles well. If I'm doing it and you realize that I'm not able to do it, I've taken that responsibility upon myself to take care of the children. But at a point, I'm not getting the money as I used to. So I'm expecting you to compliment. And in marriage, we compliment. If we compliment each other the way we have to, there will not be problem. No embarrassment anywhere. But we create it. So always there's a problem. Always there's embarrassment. We create it. So if you are able to create the problem, make sure you solve the problem. So women should not be punished because they are becoming like that. They should not be punished. You shouldn't sack the woman because there is a cause. So go back on the drawing board and look at what you've done wrong.
Okay.
Then we fix it. Then we move on. The next thing that we have not talked about maybe is sexual intimacy or sex in the marriage. That also can create problems and embarrassment. Because when problems start with women, naturally with women, when there is problem, they don't want to look attractive anymore. And that is one of the challenges. So you have to address it. If you don't address it, it's like, I don't want to do it again. I'm okay. Then the problem will start. So that aspect of the marriage also must be taken care of so that there will not be any problem. If the woman feels that you are not doing what you have to do, everything is on the woman. And we blame them for nothing. Meanwhile, the man has caused majority of the problem. So, if what you have to do, you are not doing it, the woman will not be happy. So at the point, it's like, I'm not doing it again. And they can live their lives. They will never be attractive to you again. I'm a Sammy, you know, if I know what is small. But when things are moving well, then the way they look attractive to you. So there is no fire, or there's no smoke without fire. Something has to trigger something before we can say that this woman is becoming a liability in the family.
Okay. Okoyema, now looking at contribution towards the upkeep of the family, say, do we look at the percentage to be contributed based on the income that they receive?
Well, yes and no. Because primarily it is the man's job to keep the family. So that with your question, maybe he has to put up a bigger percentage.
Okay.
But the ideal thing is that the two of you are in the boat together. And like it was mentioned earlier, maybe the woman is lucky to be earning more than the man. If that is the case, then I think more support must come from that side.
All right.
Example is the car in the house maybe belongs to the man. He has to be buying the petrol and be maintaining the vehicle. When upkeep of the house, of the home, is being reckoned, the car problem will not be coming in. Keeping the home maybe chop money, children's school fees, this, that. But the moment you have the car, it will not be reckoned. So therefore, an ideal situation is for the two of you to maybe put up a balance sheet and see together what is coming in and what will be going out. And then you try to make do with that balance. Nothing should be hidden. If there's something placed under the carpet, it arouses suspicion and holes will start getting into that beauty of the thing we call marriage. Two of you have to be plain to each other. Responsibility, like you said, maybe percentages, but that percentage must be looked at on the individual marriage basis, not what is done in another marriage. Sorry to say, most women would like to compare their marriage with a friend's marriage, and may even be bold enough to tell the man, this is what is done elsewhere, we must do it like that. But maybe that will not work for your marriage. So the two of you have to think of yourselves. Number of children in the marriage also counts. If you can't do 4, why do you go for 4? If you can do 2, fine. You come together and work at it well. That will be okay for you.
Okay, Father. So now here is the case where we say the man is the head of the family. Now, in a relationship or in a marriage where the woman gets more money than the man, is it expected of the woman to give more? If it is, then how is the man being the head?
The head of the house is not about money.
Okay.
It's not about age.
Okay.
It's a divine mandate.
Oh, okay.
Motherhood is a divine mandate.
Yeah.
Fatherhood is a divine mandate. You cannot change it. So the fact that you have money, play your role.
Okay.
That will not make you the head.
Yeah.
Then it means that you want to contradict what God has said. It's a divine mandate to be the head of the house.
Okay.
It's automatic. No money care. Your money can never make you the head. Your position in society can never make you the head. Your status can never make you the head. The man is the head. Respect the man as the head. Immediately you try to change it, that is where the problem starts. I want to be the head. No, you can never. It's a divine mandate. It's a divine order. And nobody can go against the divine order. So maintain it. Thank God that, yes, I can play more roles than my husband. There's no problem with that one. And that is what my brother asked. There's nothing like temporary or permanent. It's a role play. So the rules can be changed. If at a point the man is paying the bills and now you have more than the man, you can just change over and start paying the bills. Because the man can no longer pay the bills.
Yeah.
There is communication, there is truth about the situation that, oh, now the man is not here anymore. I'm earning more than my husband. So let me change over the rules. Okay, this time around, I'm not asking for any chop money because I know you don't have it. But I'll make sure I'll cook. I'll make sure I'll pay the children's school fees. I'll make sure I'll buy whatever you need for you because I am earning more than you are earning. But that will not make you the head. Never ever fight for that one. Never. You can never win it.
Yeah.
If you want to change it and you beat the head, then be the father. Then don't call yourself mother again. Call yourself father. But it can never work.
Yeah.
Male is male, female is female. And that thing is a divine mandate. You shouldn't fight it. So I'd like to tell all the women, if by the grace of God you are earning more than your husband, change the rules and make sure you support, because we have to complement. What he was doing before he went down and you are now up. Make sure you change the rules and we move on. It's about respect. The other time we talk about love and submission.
Yeah.
So if the love is there, the submission should be there. Nothing should change the submission. But fighting over headship because of money, it can never work. It doesn't work. So don't try it.
Okay.
I want to add that when such situation arises, the advice to the women is that remain put. Let nobody know about the change in role. Be careful you remain put. Because oftentimes we see the women, because he's putting in more and she's not getting the headship, she'll do everything possible for people to know that she is doing this, she is doing that. And that also brings problems. May even go to the extent of bringing down the image of the man before the children. And excuse me, those of us who come from Choco and other places where family training is not enough. I mean, there's no much cat in the family center. The woman will start insulting the man. The child asks, Daddy, Mama, Mama, can you give me this for that?
Go and ask your irresponsible father.
Go and ask your irresponsible father. Thus displaying her might. She will give the whatever the child is demanding, but to first use the instance to demean the man before giving it, and that is very dangerous. So my advice to the women is, when such a situation arises where the man efforts diminishes and she steps in to help, nobody should know about it.
Okay. But then, Father, there is a hand up. Okay.
Eric Toto. There's one thing which the panel, they haven't discussed it, about our parents. They say they look after us during up to the when we are free. So we have to look after them till they die. This particular concept is a problem to couples because they will go to their houses to demand from the men, and then sometimes it brings problem. So I want us to take this particular thing into and discuss it. The parents, the in-laws, they are creating problems for those who have married by going to them to solicit for financial assistance.
Okay. There is another question.
Thank you very much. My name is Linia Afie Obo Adi. My name is Linia Afie Obo Adi from the All Saints chapter. The earlier question was the contribution in terms of money. But the contribution of a woman in the house cannot be quantified. The man can have the money. His primary responsibility is to take care of the home. But the woman who is not a working mother takes care of the children when children are in, takes care of the children, cleans the house, cooks, wash clothes and everything. The man will go outside and come. And when food is not ready, he will just step out and he'll come back late. When the woman is tired, then he'll say that, we'll go and wake the woman up. Come and prepare my food, warm my food for me and sit by me to eat. Once the woman says, I'm exhausted, then there's problem. The man will then go out and will come the next morning. When it happens, do we call that a liability? Or what?
On the part of the
On
man.
the part of the man?
On the part of the man. It's a liability because it's creating a problem and embarrassment. The man is embarrassing you. The man is creating a problem for you. And I think that is what we are looking at now. When such a thing happens, what has to be done? And I think all the point that we have considered is about the communication. It's about understanding. Until we have understood each other, these things will continue to recur. The fact that you come home and your wife is exhausted and is telling you, I'm exhausted, and because of that you are annoyed and you just go out and you don't come back, it's not right. It's not right. I don't know any other word. It's not right. It's not right. It shouldn't be. At least understand the situation. It's better for the woman to tell you that, oh, I'm exhausted. Just a simple statement for you to understand. She's a human being. She has done a lot, and I don't think always she'll be telling you I'm exhausted. No. And even if she's saying I'm exhausted every day, it means that there's a problem going on. So either look for somebody to help, or you come early and make sure you help. You shouldn't run away. You shouldn't be annoyed because the woman is saying, I'm exhausted. No. And you cannot use that one to create a problem for the woman. Because going out and leaving the home, you are creating a problem. You become a liability. You are creating an embarrassment for the woman. Because at the end of the day, where is your husband? I don't know. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Men, we shouldn't do it. No matter the situation, just sit down, think through, and just understand what the human being that you are staying with. I'm saying the human being because somebody who can reason like you. So why is the person saying, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and you are not understanding? You should understand that, oh, okay, don't worry. Go and take your rest. I'll take care of myself. But you see, the culture has actually destroyed the very fabric of our reasoning. And that is what we are facing. It's about time we have to change. We have to wake up and say that, no. The culture is saying that anytime I come and my wife is fast asleep, I should call my wife, make sure you warm the food for me. Thank God that technology has brought a microwave. That they have to go and set fire, charcoal fire before. Why? You came in late. Help yourself. Don't disturb the woman. She is tired. She has to make sure lay the children to bed. Now she's going to bed. You just came in. No. Men, we shouldn't do it. We become liabilities when we do those things. We create. The young men, yes, the young men. The old men, they have gone through the experience, so they don't have a problem. But young men, no. We hear a lot of these things, and it's very sad that they married and they will leave the women home. They will go. They don't have any good reason. The woman is becoming liability, always complaining, always waiting. No. You are the problem. Sit down and make sure you solve the problem.
To add to what our Reverend Father just said, both young and old couples must be able to teach each other how to handle issues in the house. If my work takes me longer hours before I come home, that is, I come home late, I must learn how to dish my food and warm it. That is the ideal marriage.
Yeah.
Without that, there will always be chaos. You'll be disturbing the woman. And my word of caution always is that the woman too shouldn't take advantage of that situation. Even if he is coming home late every night and you've taught him how to dish his food, or you dish it and he comes to warm it in the microwave, don't allow it to happen always. Set a time that you wait for him.
Okay.
He comes in, you distress him by your sweet words. You know how to do it. The sweet words, I mean. Welcome him warmly. Although I'm tired today, I've always missed you. So today, I'm sure I'm up to put the food on the table for him.
Okay.
It brings about yet another beauty to the marriage.
Uncle Ima, Uncle mentioned something about children taking care of their parents in their old age. He was worried about that. And I would also like to ask if it is the responsibility of the husband to take care of the wife's parents.
It's a very difficult question. But I think, in the first place, I don't think it's the responsibility of the husband to look after the in-law.
Okay.
But the beauty of it is that there must be provision for an ailing in-law.
Okay.
From a well-groomed family, from a well-groomed marriage, there must be provision for in-laws,
Okay.
especially their health. You ignore them and they die. Now you go back to your joint account to take money to look after them. No, it doesn't work that way. If my mother is alive, you, my wife, your mother is alive, it's a joint responsibility for us to make them happy by way of good health, peace of mind, and all that.
Okay.
Remember, these people, they play a role in one's marriage life. In our traditional setup, they look after our children more than we, the parents. 8 hours you are out of house to work. In our tradition, you don't send your child to a nanny.
Yeah.
The grandparents are there. They look after them. What will be their reward for all this work? Is good care for them, especially during the time of their sickness. So although I'll emphatically say no, it's not the responsibility of the man to look after his in-law.
Okay.
It's an ideal thing for the two of you to come together and let them benefit from the marriage.
Okay.
That's the way I see it.
Okay. And do we have any question from the audience? Okay.
Thank you very much. In all that has been said, my question is, how do we work around it to avoid having such factors we call liability in a marriage, before and during marriage?
Yeah, I'm Vincent Oforisoti. I believe marriage is an institution that God Himself instituted. So then, we are fortunate that as it was in the beginning, so is now, and so shall it be. Liability is bound to come in our marriage, but again, we need to see how best we show love. As Father said, the woman shouldn't assume the responsibility of being the head of the family. If there's any challenge, the two should see how best they iron out their differences. Again, by way of work, maybe the man has climbed the academic ladder. There's the need for the man to educate the woman to come to that level. As in the other parents we have it, birds of the same feathers flock together. So we need to work out our marriage so that we'll have that perfect institution that one will want to have. In the Ghana balance to so every marriage is a unique institution. So that's what I will add to the liability that can crop up in marriage. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
To try to answer the first question that was brought up by my sister, I think we've talked about factors that can actually bring all these things up. We talk about ignoring the barriers. We're talking about time. We've talked about intimacy, sex. We've talked about money. And we've talked about communication. I think I've mentioned that one already. If these things that can create these problems are there, we have to just safeguard against those things. That will give us the road map. That will, if my communication in my marriage is not good, it will create a liability for me. If we fight over the money, it will create a liability for me. If we fight over the barriers, it will create a liability for me. So try as much as possible to avoid, because problems are about to come, whether we like it or not. But we create a problem. So if you are able to create your problem, make sure you can solve your problem. For me, that is all about the situation. Okay. Now, to add to what my brother said concerning the in-laws. So what I would say is that the fact that you are married doesn't mean you can, no, you shouldn't take care of your parents. You, the man or the woman, it's a joint responsibility. The ideal thing that I should make sure I help you to take care of your parents. But it should not be the responsibility of a husband or your wife. They are your parents. Yeah. Make sure you take care of your parents. Don't share that responsibility. Because I'm married, no. In marriage counseling, we tell you no. The moment you leave the home, the parents are there. Visit them. Whatever you've been doing, continue doing it. Your husband can help you. Your wife can help you. But it's your responsibility. Don't run away from it. So no woman, you see, culturally, when you see your mother visiting early in the morning, then there's a problem. Many a time there's a problem. Yeah. But if you visit, constantly they know that before the week ends, I will see my daughter. Before the close of the month, I will see my daughter with whatever she has to come to give to me. There will not be any problem. So don't shirk your responsibility immediately you marry. No, now I'm a married man. Old man and old woman, take care of yourself. No, it doesn't work that way. Visit them. Sometimes they don't need your money, but they just want to see you. So visit them. Once a while, you go with your husband. But if your husband is not saying, oh, I cannot go, I'm tired, you go. That is your responsibility. You go. Traditionally, the man, if it's a man, you can visit your in-laws Christmas, Easter, festival. These are the main 3 main occasions. Apart from that one, take care of your parents. Man or woman, take care of them. Responsibility.
Okay.
But ideal situation, you don't have a problem with you.
Okay. Okay. Now, Uncle Ima, before we wrap up, Auntie mentioned before and after, and when you are in the marriage. Father has talked on in the marriage. Now, can we see how we can avoid all this before you decide to get married?
Before you decide?
Before you get married, yes.
But,
no.
No. In the course of dating.
Yeah, like you are courting. Yeah.
One of the things that we don't see, which is very unfortunate. Friendship graduate to courtship, then the final graduation to marriage.
Yeah.
Friendship, ask questions, probe yourself. That would graduate you to courtship. When you get to courtship, make sure you ask more questions. Probe the person that you are going out with. You may not get it 100%, but there are basic things you definitely get to know. That will form your next graduation to marriage. That am I going in with this and that and that and that? Am I sure? Because in marriage, you don't change people.
No.
We don't change nobody in marriage. And many young people are there, oh, when I marry him, I'll change him. How? You can never change anybody in marriage. You don't change anybody. So be very careful what you are going in for. And always be the kind of person that you want to be. Be the kind of that ideal woman that you always talk about. The man should always make sure I'm the ideal man that I always talk about. So that if I say I'm going with this woman, I know. Because you are not going to get something perfect. There will be some problems around. But never ever go with the mind that, oh, I love this woman, but I'm going to change. No, you cannot change. It's only God who changes us. So if we are informed about these things that we are talking about, then you know what to probe into when you are into friendship. When you start courting, you should touch on sensitive issues just to make an informed decision. Well, of course, there are people who never tell you the truth. But for me, if you love somebody and you want to spend the rest of your life with, don't hide anything. Tell the person, this is me. This is the way I do my things. So that the person can make an informed decision. Don't hide anything. Be yourself. And the problem that we are talking about, sometimes people hide their real identity or attitude or behavior. Then at the end of the day, these things comes up and you don't know what to do about them. But having said that, even in the marriage, problems are there. Situations will change. Times will change. Seasons will change. So there are problems over there already. So don't add up to the problem there. So make sure before you marry somebody, you will not get it 100%. But at least something that will inform you that, oh yes, I know this woman is a very tempered person, but I love her. I love the way she is. So you are aware that she's a very quick-tempered person. That one, you are okay. This person is this and that, I know. But I know by the grace of God, we can have a perfect relationship. Then you move on.
Okay, so we'll take our last question.
Yeah, Bismarck said meals are not all things. I want to ask a very simple question. Should childlessness be a problem or a liability to a family? Childlessness. Thank you.
If I'll try and answer your simple question. Nobody goes into marriage with the idea that will become childless. No, nobody. Have nothing in mind that, oh, I know with this marriage I'll be childless. No. Situations. So marriage counseling, what I'm advocating is that we should go in for marriage counseling. Marriage counseling will tell you that after 2 years, if things are not working well, in terms of maybe taking seed, go and see your doctor. Before you be asked to go and see your doctor, check you. If there's a problem, the doctor will tell you. But most people run away from that aspect of the counseling. It's like, we don't know tomorrow. Yes, we all believe and we trust in God. So nobody's like, there's no need going to that one. We don't know what God has for us. But it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. The answer for me is it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. But the reason why it is so, because of what society, what community, what family members will say. That is what creates the liability for you, both of you. But let me tell you that statistics show you that men who cannot give birth are more than women who cannot give birth. But always the problem is on the women. And you cannot give birth because they have been ordained to take pregnancy and to nurture whatever. But majority of the problem do come from the men. But childlessness should not be an issue. Yes, for the couples, it's like we are praying. Things are not working well. For you to be a problem, but not blaming anybody. It should be a problem to you. But don't allow society to push you. If we do understand it perfectly, there is nothing like that in life. She will know I can meditate. So the wise people will tell you that, oh, the father they are not giving birth. Their children over there without parents. Go and adopt. But our society will tell you that I will pick up it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. The unfortunate can happen. But God has a way. Because of he will forever. But society will tell you, hey, why? Society will make fun of you. So it will become your problem. So that liability is not your liability, but the society will create it for you. But the fact that you are married and you are challenged, that doesn't mean the marriage should be destroyed. But society will force marriages like that to be destroyed. It's like you are not aware here for shemole. You are not aware here for she died like a year. She may be a year more than year before. She called you for one problem because after saying God has given wisdom and knowledge to people. So when you contact the doctors, something can be done. Pray. And I know at the end of the day, God will show the God's self. So don't allow that thing to be a problem. Yeah, nobody knows tomorrow. Nobody is there to say that it will happen to me. But it does happen. So if it happens to you, fine. What's the solution? Let's go to the hospital. There are gynecologists over there who are very good. They'll take care of us and see where the problem is. They can ratify. By prayer and through prayer, God can show the God self.
A big amen to that. And to add, I like the way Father put it. Let us go to see the doctor. Quite often, it's the man who says, go and see the doctor. But the problem may be coming from the man. I know of a case long ago where something happened and the man left. Not that there was a quarrel, but the man left the woman because of some other issue. When he was going away, he didn't say the truth. So the woman became fallow for a long time. And another man met the lady. And out of, they developed love for each other. So the woman had to go and counsel the first marriage and get attached to the man. They now have 3 children. Go and see the doctor, go and see the doctor. You are not going. It's an abomination. And it shouldn't happen. The 2 of you must go. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Reverend Father Edmond Quote. Mr. Emmanuel Korte, thank you so much for making time to talk with us on Family Life. To our audience, thank you so much for your active interaction. And our viewers, thank you for staying tuned to watch. This has been Family Life on Adwa TV. My name is Benedicta. Today we looked at avoiding a partner who is a liability in marriage. I hope you make time to join us again next week for another educative session. Till then, enjoy the rest of our program.